Okay, 7. So this is the actual part 7 of the beginner's guide tutorial. Again, just going to open up another page. We should know how to do this by now. I'm going to speed through it. So opening up your game, C3P file, downloading. So last lesson what we did was we gave some health to our monster. So it actually now takes 5 shots for the monster to actually destroy, and then I gave you a challenge to complete with giving the player some health as well. So you can see the answer to that in the last video. I've got a separate video for that, whereas we're going to move on for something different. Now, when we're giving our health to our monsters and our player, we specifically go and we add in what we call instance variables. So instance variables are for specific sprites or specific things within the game, and it only works on that one element that you've given it to. So for us, it's only going to work for the monster. So health M is only going to work for the monster, whereas health P is only going to work for the player. We're now going to move on to an overarching variable. So we're going to give a bit of code to the entire game. So what this is called is a global variable. So instance for just one and global is for the whole game. So in order to do that, if you come into your event sheet, just like I am now, what we're going to do is just maybe scroll down to the bottom so you have some space to right click. We are going to right click or 2-finger click if you're on a laptop, and you'll notice that this little bar pops up. Now, you've got one that says add global variable. It's just in green. So if we click on that, what we're going to do with this global variable is we're actually going to start giving a score. Now, the score in this sometimes can play up a little bit. I've had people who have major problems where it won't display. It's okay if that happens to you. Don't freak out if it happens to you. It's a bug of the system. It's okay. We can fix it later. So for this, what we're going to do is we are going to type in score. Now, because it's a score, it's going to start at 0 and then it's going to go up depending on how many times you obviously kill a monster. So we're going to keep it exactly the same as it is, just call it score. Now, once you hit OK, you'll notice that your global variable comes up the top. What this means is it is overarching across the whole game. If you click on it, it turns yellow. If you click off of it, it turns green. It's now set a score over the whole game. Once again, this has not been connected to anything. So at the moment, it is running in the background and is doing nothing. All we know is that the score is 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to start connecting this up so that it actually does something. Now, again, like I said, sometimes this is a bit fussy. It doesn't display, it doesn't work. We're just going to get the general gist and get the code in so that we can, understand what it means for your quiz and things like that. So we need to pop in some code that actually makes sense so that this actually does something. So if we come down to the event that we were looking at for part 6, where it says monster health M less than or equal to 0, and then we've got monster destroyed and spawn in explosion. Underneath, we're going to add in another event. So action. We're going to add another action. So we should have 3 at this point. We're then going to go and we are going to change the system. So we're going to pop in system. And we want to start adding some score in for every time that the monster gets destroyed. So we're going to go to where it says global and local variables. That's what we've just popped in. So we're going to go to add to. And then you're going to decide how much of a score you want for every time you kill a monster. I'm going to keep it at 1 just so that it's nice and simple. I know if I've killed a monster, you get 1 point. And then hit done. So what should happen in the background, you won't be able to see it yet, is that every time you kill a monster, it should add 1 to your score. Now, obviously, this isn't displayed yet, so we have to actually go in and we have to make it a display for it. This is when we get in, we start playing around with some layers and stuff like that. Like I said again, Sometimes this doesn't work. We'll see how we go. Try and follow the steps. If it's not working, just let me know. So if we go over to our layers bar, we're now going to actually add in a second layer. So if you right click or two finger click on your layers bar, we're going to add a layer to the top. It needs to be up the top because we need to display it on the top of the layer, or else it's going to go underneath things like your background and stuff like that, and you won't be able to see it at all. So we're going to go in and we're going to add a layer to the top. We are going to name this layer HUD. There we go, and then hit enter and it should go in. Make sure it's still unlocked. This is now our layer 1. So this one's layer 0, as you can see over the side here, it says 0, and then this is layer 1. Now, make sure you are clicked into layer 1, the HUD, layer 1, and then we're going to go back to our layout page. So the page that looks like so. So again, make sure that HUD is highlighted and not layer 0. We're then going to come over to our properties bar, and we're going to search for Parallax. So you'll notice down here it is, Parallax. What Parallax means is how much something scrolls and zooms. So if we don't want a layer to move at all, we would put it at 0%, which is what we're about to do. Whereas at the moment, this layer is going to move around with the player. So, but because we don't want it to move, we want it to be fixed in a position, we're just going to make it 0% times 0%, and then hit enter. And there we go. It's in there already. So, we're then going to switch back to our, we're going to stay on this view. What we then have to do is we have to put in a display. So we're now going to add in some text. Remembering that if you click on your background accidentally, maybe just click up the top, might be easier. Just double click to open up your Create New Object tab. Now, we haven't seen this in about 6 lessons because the first time we used it was when we put in some sprites. What we're going to do is we need to find the text object. So we're going to look around. There's 2. There's text input and then there's text. We just want the one that's text. So even if you just type it in, this is the one here. It should be under the General tab. So if we double click on that, you're then going to click and drag, or just click, in a little text box. You can make it a little bit bigger if you want. It should be empty at this point. It should just be a blue box that's been highlighted. We then want to go over to our properties bar, and we're going to just do a little bit of fancy, fonts and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we are going to change the text to bold by just clicking this little checkbox here. We're also going to change it to italic, and then we are going to make it yellow. So if you click on the black box here, we're going to change it to yellow, so you can go and find yellow and find a colour that you want. If you decide you don't want yellow, that's fine, just choose a colour, I don't really mind. I think that's a nice yellow there. And then we are also going to change it to size 16 font. So if I go back in, just here's size of font, we're just going to change that to 16 so we can actually see it in our game. And you'll notice it got a little bit bigger. Once again, this text doesn't do anything at the moment, so if I were to save, and actually sign into my account would be good, and then hit play, at the moment this text, whilst it follows me, because we've put the parallax at 0, it actually doesn't do anything, it just says text, it doesn't display your score yet, but just make sure that it's still there and it's up in the corner and it's all working. We're now going to go off and we're actually going to put some code into it. So if we go into the event sheet again, we are going to go down and we are going to add a new event. Sorry, no we're not. We're going to go up to the top and we're going to go for system every tick, the first one we put in. So you should have system every tick, player, set angle towards mouse x.max y. What we're going to do is we're going to add a second action to this. Now, by clicking add action, remember, just double check that it says add action up the top here. We are then going to click on our text. You'll notice there's now a text that's in our actions that we can change. We're going to click on that. And then we're going to go and find set text. So again, you can just type that in if it's easier, set text. Now you're going to have to follow this exactly. So I'll read it out to you as I type. What we're going to put in this text is, we're going to put in our little quotation marks, so make sure it's a double quotation. Score should come up in red. You're then going to put a colon in, and then space, then end the quotation. That should all be in red for you. You're then going to put in another space. You're going to put in an ampersand, so that's the and symbol, space, and then type in score again. And it should just be the one with the little world next to it that you need. So it should come up as this bit will be in red, your ampersand, which is your and symbol, will be in blue, and then your score bit should be in black. Once you've done that, you should hit OK. Now, this is the bit I want you to double check that it works. So save your work. Remember, we're just clicking this little symbol up here. It should come up with that little box at the bottom. And then we're going to hit play and just have a double check. So you can see at the top, mine's starting to work here. I've got a score in there. So I can start moving around. I can shoot my guy. And once I've got one, my score goes up. Now, obviously, if I die, eventually when I get killed, there you go, I can no longer shoot, I can no longer do anything else. So that's all we're going to do for this lesson. You should have your score in. I'm going to stop there only because I know a lot of people are going to have problems with this. Try and just redo it and see if that works. If it doesn't, send me a message, send me an email, or message your teacher if you're not from my class, and we'll see if we can fix it up. But it should be all working and all good there.